Rachel is in San Jose, California. Hi, Rachel. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call. How are you?
Sure, better than I deserve. What's up?
First, I want to say thanks for taking my call again. I've been listening to you since I've been in community college, so it's kind of cool to be on the show. But my question is how to save money for a master's program, specifically an MBA. I plan on going back to school within the next 3 years, and the program I'm looking at will be around $150,000 to $200,000.
Why for an MBA?
Right
Good night.
Why would you pay that for an MBA?
It's a pretty prestigious school, and it's just always
I
been a
couldn't
dream
give a
school
crap
for me.
less. That's ridiculous. There's no MBA on the planet worth $150,000. No.
So,
Rachel? What's your why for getting it? What's like the end goal? You're getting an MBA to do what?
I want to be a leader in supply chain and just be more well-rounded. I know within the field I'm in, it's not necessarily required, but I've always enjoyed school, and hopefully by the time I get to that point, I can afford it, and it's not too much of a strain on my budget.
How much do you make a year?
Well, I'm right now making about 80, but I just signed for a new job, and I'll be making around 150. And the sign-on bonus will hopefully clear my debt. I have about 30,000 in loans and debt, so half of it's in my car, and half of it's in student loans. So
Way to
once I get
go!
the sign-on bonus,
And where is you have
I
a
can
degree
clear
in
off
you have a
my
degree
debt.
in supply chain?
I actually studied finance, but I landed a job in supply chain, and I actually really loved it.
And you're doing great. Okay, so where is your finance degree from? What school?
I actually went to a small school in the Midwest. You probably wouldn't have heard of it, but I don't want to say it on air, but I transferred from a community college within the small town I live in.
And what did you pay for your finance degree?
It was $30,000 total for 2 years since I transferred.
You're amazing.
Rachel,
That's exactly my point.
you're making $6,000.
You're making $150,000 a year.
Six figures.
You're making $150,000 a year from a $30,000 undergraduate finance degree, and the fact that you're a hustler and you're smart and you know how to grind and you jumped over into supply chain, which is a hot career field, especially right now. You've done everything smart to this point until somebody told you that where you went to school mattered, and it does not. There is zero hard data on the planet that says where you go to school matters. And you're proof of that.
That's true.
You're proof of that.
Yeah.
You should pay $20,000 for an MBA.
Yeah, the program, actually the company I'm working for does sponsor like master's programs, but the one I'm looking at is full-time.
They're going to pay for it.
So I just...
They're going to pay for you to go to school and get your MBA.
Yeah,
But it's just not the school you picked out.
right.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I don't know if we have a way to do this or not. I want you to watch Borrowed Future, our documentary on student loan debt tonight. I want you to watch it. 200,000 people have watched it on Google Play, on Apple TV, on Amazon Prime. And Kelly, can we give her a code to watch Borrowed Future? We can? Okay, good. I'm going to give it to you. That way you don't have to pay for the rental even. Okay, we'll give you a promo code, and you can watch it for free as my gift. All right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to sign up to get a free MBA that your company that pays you $150,000 a year to do supply chain is going to pay for at a school, because I got to tell you, no one cares where you went to school out here in the real world. All they know is you got an MBA. That's all they know.
Right.
That's all they know. I got probably 40 or 50, maybe 60 MBAs working here at Ramsey. I couldn't tell you where a single one of them went to school. And by the way, I didn't even hire them because they had an MBA. I hired them because they passed our stringent interview process, and they proved to be very studly people. And they fit into the Ramsey program here. Now, when I'm sitting and talking to them, and I know they have an MBA, it's helpful because I know how to communicate, because MBAs have a certain critical thinking skill thing that is pretty much germane to all of your fields of study. But, oh my gosh, I love it. I want you to go get the MBA, and I love that you like studying. But please, 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 please learn something from your finance degree. It's called return on investment.
Mm-hmm.
You will make zero more money for spending $150 than you will get in the free one that your work will pay for. Please.
You're right, Dave.
I'm begging.
I was like, Dave's begging for.
Please, 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 don't do this. Oh.
But here's the mindset, and I feel like, Rachel, that you're in, we hear it a lot, though, is when you're in that academic world and you love school. I mean, she said, I love studying. I love, I want to get my MBA, all of these things. And you kind of get into that sector of life where that's where people go. People do applaud the nice school. Like I understand, Rachel, how you got there because it makes sense. And I think that there are people out there that put things on a pedestal and all of that. But you got to get out the reality. Here's the reality. The reality is getting an MBA is great when you can pay for it. And the fact that your company will completely pay for it. It's free. It's free.
And Rachel, you are amazing. You're the secret sauce.
Not the MBA.
Not the degree, and certainly not where you got the degree. I mean, I've never gone to a doctor and I go, where'd you go to school? I've never gone to a lawyer. Where'd you go to school? I've never asked them. I've never hired an accountant and said, where'd you go to school? I've hardly ever hired an employee. If I ask them where they went to school in an interview, it's just as a matter of conversation. But I've never hired someone that went to X school over went to Y school.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, around here, it's kind of works against you.
People that went to community college and paid for it were like,
you worked
so
your
smart.
butt off. Yeah, you're one of us. Yeah, you're blue collar. You get her done, baby. You leave the cave, kill something, and drag it home. You're one of us. Yeah, that's right. Versus I paid $1 bazillion for a degree in left-handed puppetry. Oh my gosh. So Rachel, you just got so much on the ball. You're just such a sharp young woman. I'm just begging you not to make that mistake. Hang on, Kelly will give you a copy or give you a code so you can watch Borrowed Future. Seth Godin, our friend, is one of the leading marketing minds on the planet, will go off on these famous schools. Mm-hmm. And he's Mr. Data. I mean, he's checked all the data on all of this, and he thinks it's the biggest prestigious schools are the biggest scam on the planet for what they cost. Now, if you get to go for free, you have a cousin that went to Vanderbilt, 100% free, free ride,
mm-hmm.
Very smart, got a, salutatorian, valedictorian type scholarship. Sure, go. But you don't need to pay 10x for the same set of education because of where
it
you're
is.
going to school. That's a really bad plan, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen.